Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the work you sent in. Most of us seem to be getting the idea of it. Can I ask you to keep in touch, please, when you've done something, even if you don't photograph it and send it to me, could you at least acknowledge so I know we're in touch? Right, let's push on to the next bit, shall we? Right, here we are. Let's have a quick whistle-stop tour of what probability is and what it actually means. Probability is just giving the chance of something happening a number, a value. Right. Don't worry about these rules for the moment. Let's just look at what probability is. If something cannot happen, if it's impossible, what's the chance of me giving birth to an ostrich in the next 3 seconds? 0. Nothing. Nil. Nada. Nulla. If something is definitely going to happen, the probability of it happening is 1. If I've got this banana and I drop it, what's the chance it's going to go down the way? 1. And it's burst all over the carpet, never mind. Probability is 1. And all probabilities lie between 0 and 1. If I flip a coin, what's the chance of it being a heads? Well, 50-50. We don't use 50-50s or percentages. We'll use either decimals or fractions. Right. Probabilities lie between can't happen, must happen, and everything in between. Here's a die. What's the probability of throwing a 3? Well, there are 6 sides to a die. There's only one 3, 1 out of 6, or 0.16666. I think, yeah. I prefer to use fractions most of the time, but decimals are there. What's the chance of throwing a 1 or a 3? The chance of throwing a 1 is 1 out of 6. The chance of throwing a 3 is also 1 out of 6. And if I see the word or, I add the probabilities. 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6 is 2 over 6, or if you simplify your calculator, 1 out of 3. What's the probability of throwing that die and getting a 1, throwing it again and getting a 4? I want a 1 and a 4. If I see and, I do times. Multiply. Chance of a 1 is 1 over 6. Chance of a 4 is 1 over 6 again. And times. And if you can't remember how to multiply fractions, the rule's quite straightforward. Top times top. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 6 is 36. Pretty slim. That's a way down here somewhere. Probably not going to happen. What's the probability of getting a 2? Of not getting a 2. Well, there's a 1 in 6 chance of getting a 2. So therefore, to make up to 1, it's got to be 5 over 6. Right, now that's a whistle-stop tour. I know it's a lot to take on board if you don't remember it, but please stick with me. It'll make sense quite soon. Could you excuse me for just 2 seconds, please? I'll go and set the next bit up. Back soon. Welcome back. Here is my cunning plan for the weekend. If it rains, I'm going to go fishing. And if I go fishing, the chance of me catching a dolphin is 2 out of 5. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, I'm going to go hunting. Now, if I go hunting, the chance of me catching a kiwi bird is 2 out of 7. That's probably highly inappropriate, but too late, we're stuck with it. Let's make sense of this. Okay, now, what's the chance of me, how am I going to spend my weekend? What's the probability of me going hunting, of me going fishing? Well, let's do a probability tree. Now, I'm here. Now, two things are going to go happening. It's going to rain, or it's not going to rain. There's rain. There's no rain. Okay, what's the chance of it raining? 7 out of 10. And I'm going to put that fraction there, 7 out of 10. Well, if it's 7 out of 10 for rain, it has to be 3 out of 10 for it not raining. Is that correct? 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 over 10, yes. All right, let's see what happens if it goes raining. Well, if it's raining, well, I'm fishing. So I'm either going to catch a dolphin or not catch a dolphin. There's my dolphin. There's not a dolphin, not B. What's the probability of nailing that dolphin? There, 2 out of 5. Again, I'll stick it on the branch of that tree. So if it's 2 out of 5 to catch one, it's got to be 3 out of 5 not to catch one. Well, let's look at the raining scenario. The no rain scenario. Oh, it's hunting. So the chance I'm either going to catch a kiwi or I am not going to catch a kiwi. Not kiwi. Now let's put the probabilities in. There's a kiwi there, 2 out of 7. And the chance of not catching one, well, to make that up to 7, I'll have to put a 5 there, 5 over 7. Right, good. Here we go. Here's what might happen. 1, 2, 3, 4 possible things. It might be raining and I catch a dolphin, or it might be raining and I don't. If there's no rain, I might catch a kiwi, or it might be a nice sunny day, but I don't catch a kiwi. So what's the probability of it raining and me catching a dolphin times the probabilities? This will be 7 over 10 times 2 over 5. So the probability of it raining and me catching a dolphin is 14 over 50. What's the probability of it being a rainy day, but I come back home with an empty bag? 7 over 10 times 3 over 5. Top times top. 7 3s are 21. 10 5s are 50. Yeah. Okay. The sun's shining. I've taken my Gatling gun and gone into the bush. What's the chance of me getting a kiwi bird? 3 over 10, and got to multiply 2 over 7. Top times top. 3 2s are 6. 10 7s are 70. And lastly, spend the whole day in the bush on a nice sunny day and come back home empty-handed. I want it to be no raining and not catch a kiwi bird times the probabilities. 3 5s, 15. 10 times 7 on the bottom, 70. There. That's how I set up my probability tree. Now, you might say, well, what's the probability of catching a kiwi bird or catching a dolphin? Okay, or add them. Okay, the chance of catching a kiwi bird is, where are we? There, 6 out of 70. Or a dolphin, where's a dolphin? there, 14 out of 50, and because I'm adding them, because it's or, I'm going to add them. I am going to pick up my trusty calculator and have a crack at that. Actually, I can't because the calculator's dead. Look, that is a very quick whistle-stop tour of probability trees. I'm going to ask you to do a few examples in the book. Now, each example has 4 or 5 parts to it. It goes from the first question will be achieved, second 2 or 3 will be merit, 5th and 6th one will be excellence. I'm not worried about us getting every single part of the question correct. What I want us to do is to practice completing these probability trees and getting the probabilities at the end. If you can attempt the questions, great, knock yourselves out. If you can't, don't worry about it. We're going to do that on Monday. Now, this maths book we've been using, where's my copy? That is your Bible. Every question here is exam standard. It is precisely what you're going to see when we do the externals. If you wish to work through this by yourself and go ahead of me, please carry on. If you come across something that stumps you, email me, contact me immediately. But for the moment, I'm going to ask you to complete about 8 or 9 of these probability trees, and Monday we'll go back to answering the actual questions. Guys, I know this is far from ideal, but it's the best we've got, so we'll work with it for the moment. You'll get the email quite soon. Guys, have a go at this today. Have a brilliant weekend, make the most of it, and I'll speak to you on Monday. Good luck, fellas.